I have Russian tanks to blow up. Okay, so after the IADS video, I'm going to make a nice, easy to make video here. Today, I'm going to be covering how to do a multiple Maverick or multiple JDAM drop by manipulating your SPI and your steer point and with mark points and everything, and basically show you how to do that fancy magic in my IADS video. A certain Ghost Bear requested this, and it's the first video it's ever been requested of me. I am happy to do it. So, down to business. First things first, I am drinking Balcones Baby Blue, which is, it tastes like coffee and honey. It's delicious, and it's actually not technically a bourbon. It's a whiskey, just a straight up whiskey. Yes, I know all bourbons are whiskey, but this isn't classified as a bourbon. It's just a whiskey. But fuck you, I don't care. I'm drinking it, and it's delicious. And while I'm on the topic, actually, my CDU video, I wasn't drinking bourbon either. I was drinking scotch. It was before I discovered bourbon. But anyway, let's pull up some tanks. All right, so I'm assuming you know what all the switches are called and what they do, but we're going to do a brief review here. So when your T-pod over here is soy, first let me get set up here. So we're going to go to CCIP, HUD soy, and now we're going to DMS right twice to make the Maverick the weapon of choice. Or make the Maverick profile selected. Let's not get any bad habits here. You're not selecting weapons, you're selecting weapon profiles in the A10. Anyway, now we're going to make the T-pod our soy, as it is now boxed by the green box, like you can see. Now, a couple things. DMS forward and aft are going to zoom in and out. DMS right long is going to slave your T-pod to wherever your HEMX is looking, which is super handy. And it's probably my most favorite feature of the A10 that came with the A10 2C upgrade. So I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, TMS, the little guy on the left there, forward short is going to switch between point and area. Aft short is going to switch to INR, which INR is my mode of choice because it's the least jumpy and finicky and fucky when you're trying to hone in on things. And right short is going to create a mark point. So let's this will be our first guy right here, and boop, right short, first mark point. You can see it in the HEMX. Now, notice I'm aiming at the bottom of the vehicle, and I'll make a handy graphic to show you why that is, and it'll be on the screen right now as I'm talking about this, because I'll make it after I'm done talking about it. But basically, when you have a long slant range and you're not directly over top of your target, the A10 can't see what's on the ground. All it knows is terrain and lat-long coordinates. So when you make a mark point or any waypoint or steer point or SPI or what have you, it's actually looking at a spot on the ground. So if I were to aim up here on this BTR and make the mark point here, it's going to make that mark point through the tank and on the ground behind it, which can be a gigantic pain in the ass when you're trying to find things and you're super zoomed in and you slave all to what you think is a mark point on a target, and the mark point's just a spot on the ground somewhere, and you're like, where the fuck's the goddamn tank I was trying to lock onto? So anyway, there's that. Just a quick little tidbit of information. So, real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and mark up the rest of my targets. So he was the first one, so you'll be number Bravo, you'll be number Charlie, you'll be number Delta, you'll be number Echo, and you'll be number Foxtrot. And you'll be Golf, and you'll be Hotel, and that'll be that for now. So it only shows you the most recently created one in the HEMX here, but if you switch this knob down here to mark, so you're only looking at mark points, you should know what that is if you watch my CDU tutorial. Go watch it if you haven't. Now you've got nothing but mark points, which I like to think of them as stored targets. Think of them as stored targets. So now I use the steer point increment and decrement switch, which I actually have a physical button in real life here, so you can see me moving around here, to increment and decrement my steer points through the mark points. That's going to be critical to dropping multiple things. Now, you can see right now the SPI is defaulted to whatever my steer point is. If for whatever reason it wasn't, let's say I made the SPI on my T-pod. Oh shit, now the SPI is the T-pod. Where the T-pod's looking is my SPI. Fuck, how do I go back to that? It is TMS aft long to take the SPI back to the steer point. Now, you're like, shit, I know I stored a tank under mark point Golf. I just don't know where the fuck it is. And you want to make your T-pod look at wherever the hell the SPI is. It is China hat forward long. that makes all your sensors look at whatever your SPI is. So just a quick review. We're going to go through that one more time. It's kind of confusing. So let's say your SPI is over here. So you want to like look at where your stored target is. I want to look at golf. So first thing we're going to do, TMS aft long to put the SPI onto golf. And then we're going to go China hat forward long and slave all to SPI. And now you're looking at it. Now, here's where the fucking magic happens. China hat aft long makes your T-pod look at whatever the SPI is as the SPI changes. Now, my SPI is defaulted to my steer point. So as I increment and decrement with these, you can see it's jumping through all the targets as I move through those. The T-pod is literally jumping to whatever the SPI is. And you can see how sloppy those mark points are too, aren't they? Because I made them from the other side, literally 180 degrees on the other side of those targets, how it locked on to the ground behind the tank. Look how sloppy it is. God, I'm sloppy. I'm a fucking horrible pilot. I'm awful. Man, I'm dog shit, man. I need to practice more. Anyway, so basically that's how you're going to do it. Now, if you slave it at all, just boop, move it off the target there, suddenly is no longer doing it. So you have to go China hat aft long again. It's like, think of it as a mode that your T-pod will stay in until you give it something else to do. That's the best way to think about it. Now, your Maverick will also do the same thing. So, to do this multiple attack here, let's come back to Alpha. Alpha will be our first victim. What we're going to do is, first off, we're going to reset the Maverick with aft short, China hat aft short. So, you know how to use a Maverick. TMS up short is try and lock the target. So, we are going to slave all to the SPI, which includes the Maverick. Come around here. We're going to do it nice and slow, okay? Nice and slow. So now we go TMS up short, lock on, rifle. Next waypoint. Slave all to SPI. TMS up short, lock on, rifle. Next waypoint. China hat forward long. TMS up short, rifle. There you go. 3 Mavericks just like that. And that was super slow. I was doing that nice and slow. Let's watch the murder and the mayhem. Okay, so fuck you, and fuck you. There's 3 dead BTRs. Now, you can do the same thing with JDAMs. So we'll do it with JDAMs next. Now, you have to keep in mind, once you drop a JDAM, when you hold down the weapons release button, the airplane physically uploads the lat-long coordinates into the bomb and lets the bomb go, and the bomb's like, whee, I'm going to go towards these coordinates, yay! And if your target moves, the JDAM's not going to track it, which is the whole point of the GBU 54, is you can switch to laser and start tracking that like a moving target if it starts moving. So targets, AI targets in DCS have a really stupid, nasty habit of moving as soon as you blow the first one up. So if you're doing a multiple JDAM attack, just be careful and realize that your targets might move and you might miss a couple if you drop them in close proximity. So we're going to be CCRP mode. We're going to select the GBU 38 profile. We're going to come back to the T-pod. We're going to let's go. God, I can do it so quickly when I'm not speaking it out loud. It's like knowing sign language. But now that I'm trying to like vocalize it, it's like I have to stop and think. All right, TMS aft long to put my SPI on my steer point, and then it's China hat forward long to slave all to SPI. And that one's dead. And now we're going to go China hat aft long. And now we're going to go... There we go. So now I can increment through these targets if I weren't occluding my pod. There we go. That's the first one we're going to do. So let's roll in on these boys. And you can see the little window for the JDAM drop queue. And so we're going to come over here and we're just going to drop these JDAMs. And as you can see, my SPI is kind of garbagey, so it may or may not... Oh yeah, zooming in, zooming out does not reset the mode. It'll still track. If you slew it all, it'll reset the track. But my SPI is not perfect, so I may or may not get kills with these JDAMs, but I don't give a fuck. This is a tutorial. You can fucking deal with it. Alright, let's see what I can do. Let's get some bourbon, actually. I need some more goddamn bourbon. Oh, delightful. Coffee and honey. I love it. Alright. Alright, so there the window opens, so we're going to pickle. Next. Pickle, that's not going to hit. Next, pickle. Next, pickle.
Pull up.
Oh, look at that. The radar terminal caught it. So let's turn on path mode. Turn the autopilot on. Come on, turn the autopilot on. Turn the autopilot on. No. There we go. And we're going to watch these bombs. Let's see if they get there. I love... Whoop. That was a mistake. I love watching my A-10 from the bomb's perspective. It's pretty cool. It's like, by me. All right. Here I come to wreck the day. Oh, horrendous. Not even close. So the last two hit. The first two bombs are probably a little out of range. The guidance is not perfect, and so I missed the first two. But there you go. You get the idea. It's going to be pickle, increment waypoint, pickle, increment waypoint, pickle, increment waypoint, and that's how you do a multiple drop attack. Anyway, so I think Mark is your name. Whatever, you Ghost Bear guy with the Ghost Bear profile picture, and you request this video. Here you go. Hope that helped you. If you have any questions, hit me up. Like, subscribe, don't watch it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Okay, have fun, guys. Bye.